Okay, so I would like to begin this video with starting positively about my feelings about the first Make a Good Mega Man level game, or Magmammal 1 for short. I'd like to say that I appreciate all the work that went into making it. I give credit to the judges who tried their best to make this game as good as they could, all the hard work that went into developing it, and as well as all the testers who tried their hardest to try to give all the feedback to the game's development and try to help it become more of a complete experience. But by no means do I discredit anything that the judges did in terms of developing the game. And I also appreciate the fact that they're able to even make a game at all out of a judging contest between several different people. Because in all retrospect, this is something that really sounds like it should have crashed and burned like right away. Like the very idea of this, and the fact that they were able to pull this off somewhat decently is quite the. I really should have made a script for this, excuse me. But like, it's really quite the accomplishment. I give them credit for it. That being said, I will say, now that I've completed this game, at least in the main campaign, I didn't do any of the outro content, but just with the main campaign, eh, yeah, this game's not very good. It's not a complete and utter train wreck like some ROM hacks are, I'll give it that at least. However, this game is very hard to play. The frame rate was pretty consistent, and I didn't really run into any situation where the game crashed on me or anything like that. But this game is littered with bugs in it, though, which can lead to quite a frustrating ordeal when you are playing through certain stages, as well as stages that I honestly feel should not have been in the game to begin with, because some of them are just, well, not fun, is the nicest way I can put it. And some are so damn frustrating that I honestly was surprised I beat them at all. It really felt again, I don't really blame the judges much for this, because I'm pretty sure that they chose the best choices that were made available, because 20 of the contest applicants were chosen for this event. 20 of them. And I gotta say, if these are the best that were made into entries, then they either needed to cut down how many were going to be in the game, somehow, or just wait around a bit longer until better ones were made, because some of these, ugh, just no. Like, wow. One of the first ones that you actually run into actually has floors that you fall down through, and there's not much you can really do about it. It's literally a stage you pretty much have to use Rush Jet almost the entire time if you don't want to tear your hair out. Speaking on that, some of your abilities don't really work as well as they honestly should. Some abilities were improved compared to their main game counterparts, which I appreciated, especially the Thunderbolt, definitely. One that was not made better, though, was the Rush Jet, which, yeah, I don't really blame the judges much for this, because I'm pretty sure they couldn't help it. Because I don't think they're the ones that made the engine. Yeah, I think it was someone else that did. However, that doesn't make the experience any less frustrating, because RushJet is almost unusable in the engine. It seems like almost every time when you try to summon it, it will warp out of the way before you can stand on it, which can lead to a lot of very aggravating problems with platforming. And that is indeed a problem. And while I will admit that I have experienced Let's Plays of the second Magmammal game where this problem is indeed fixed, thank God, that's not really an excuse for this game, though. This game has some definite moments that really needed to be ironed out a bit more before release. As much as they could, at least. If these problems really were unfixable, though, I feel like a different engine needed to be made for the game, though. Because releasing the game in this state... Again, I don't want to point fingers at any one person involved, but it honestly comes off as a fit of laziness. Where they didn't take the time to find workarounds for this, so they just release it as is. I'm sure that these people have lives too, and that they probably had their own real-life issues to deal with. But speaking as someone who actually played this game and, well, didn't really enjoy it, that just shows how much of a misstep this probably was. Because I'm more lenient than most Mega Man players are. I could forgive a lot if a game is fun. But this game was not fun. Parts of it were, I will say that. I mean, the bosses were fun to fight. Most of them. And, some platforming stages that were entries I thought were reasonably fun, all things considered. But overall, I think the experience was a fairly negative one. The flaws really outshine the positive elements of the game, and that's just disappointing. Because it seemed like a lot of heart was put into this game. There are some good moments in this game. But unfortunately, I can't say that my experience was positive enough to where I'd ever come back to this. Under normal circumstances, at least. If someone really, really wanted me to come back and do this for like a stream or something, that might be something I might sorta kinda possibly consider. It would depend on my mood and just how many people wanted it, because it would definitely be a fail stream, to be sure. So just keep in mind, if you ever want me to do this, I will be raging, I will be angry, and I'd also be kind of resentful of the fact that you guys would want me to do it. Just saying. But, whatever. I mean, this game just... if nothing else, I think it's a disappointment. Because I wanted this game to be better than it was. I really did. Like, I wanted this game to be amazing. And watching Royal Mithril play through this game, I actually thought it was at first. Because he didn't have near the kind of problems I did. Either because he was just luckier than I was, or he's just so damn good at Mega Man games that he was able to handle a lot of the tougher challenges with reasonable success. Speaking from someone who's more of a casual player, though, I could not handle all of these challenges. I know there are better players than I am, and they might have had a little bit more fun with this, but I'm not a very expert Mega Man player, so for someone like me, I had one hell of a time with this one. There were definitely moments where I felt like quitting the game. I'll say that much. 3 stages in particular come to mind here. I forget the order in which they showed up, but the 3 stages are as follows. The Quickening, where you have to deal with a lot of really obnoxious force beam sections that honestly can go straight to hell. This stage a lot of people seem to hate, so I'm not the only one. But then we have the dark, the pitch black dark area. I don't know if that's the exact name or not, but basically this stage sucks because of the engine. There are quite a few platforming sections where the platforms don't act the way they should, and they will very quickly knock you off of them. And into the pit below. It really sucks. And there's quite a few sections that have spikes in them where you have to also balance these platforms. I must have died about 100 times going through this stage before I was lucky enough to beat it. It was so insufferable. Definitely the hardest of the 3 to actually get through. The third one that gave me the most not the most problems, but the one that was honestly trying to drain me physically. Again, I can't remember the name of the stage, but it's a stage where you have a Gutsman platform that you have to stay on almost the entire time. People who have played the game probably know what I'm talking about with this one. And it's pretty bad. Checkpoints are not very kind in this level, and you have to go through a lot of sections where the Gutsman platform wants to knock you off. In addition to that, you actually have to race when you get onto a higher platform to get to the other side before the Gutsman platform beats you to it. If you miss the Gutsman platform trying to get to the other side, I don't think the Gutsman platform ever comes back. So that's pretty much a death. That is not the way it should be. It's not my fault that I didn't see that coming my first few attempts. And even when I did see it coming, through no fault of my own, I wasn't able to get to the Gutsman platform in time. How is that my fault? Seriously? Like, no second chances? Really? I mean, and there's more than once you have to do this shit. Come on. Like, really? And I know what you're saying. Well, even though it's a bit janky, have you tried Rush yet? Why, yes. I did try Rush Jet. Want to know how many times I died from trying to do that? 9 out of 10. Yeah. 9 out of 10 times when I tried to use Rush Jet, it never worked for me. And I tried many different ways to try to get it to work. But no, like, no. Ugh. Yeah, that stage was pretty insufferable. I didn't like it at all. But those are the 3 stages that really come to mind that were almost unbeatable for me, and where I considered rage quitting. Honestly, the only reason I was even able to beat the Quickening was because of a glitch with the black hole bomb. At least, I think it was a glitch. Maybe this was an intentional thing, but, yeah, the black hole bomb can actually suck in the force beams for a limited space, so I cheesed that stage with the black hole bomb. I have no shame in doing that. That stage can go straight to hell. All three of them can, actually. Screw these stages. The thing is that these are the top 20 selections for the game, but even the judges themselves often have very negative things to say about these harder levels. And if you guys don't like the levels, then what were they in the game to begin with? Is it because you had to have 20 stages? Like you had no choice but to have these in there? I don't know. If it were up to me, I probably wouldn't have had that many stages if things had really gone that bad, but whatever. I know this is all my personal opinion, and not everyone's gonna feel the same way I do, and that's fine. But my experience with this game just could have been a little better, really. Okay, it could have been a lot better, but still, I do appreciate what you guys did. All the hard work that went into this, and I know you guys were trying your best to make this as good as you could. At least I assume as much. So I won't be as insulting as some other people are when it comes to this game. So I think I'll just leave it at that. I'm probably going to be playing Magmammal 2 off stream, despite what some people want. I'd love to do a blind stream of Magmammal 2, but I just don't trust it, really. I mean, I've heard it's amazing, and it looks amazing, I will say. And it looks like a lot harder work was put into that one. But I don't know. It's a bit risky. And I don't want to stream something that I don't have total faith in. So what I'm going to do is probably play through the game first. And if it's as fun as I imagine it's going to be, then I will do a stream of it after I've completed as much of it as I want to. I doubt I'll complete everything. Some challenges in that look kind of obsessively difficult, so we'll see what happens. But thank you guys for listening to my rant, mostly rant, for Magmammal 1, and I'll talk to you guys next time.